why is this uptick in crime happening? Well, let's think about it. Do we think this has to do with the fact that there's record unemployment in the United States right now? The fact that people are at a level of economic desperation that we have not seen since the Great Recession? Maybe this has to do with the fact that people aren't paying their rent and are scared to pay their rent. And so they go out and they need to feed their child and they don't have money. So you maybe have to, they're put in a position where they feel like they either need to shoplift some bread or go hungry that night.
Meanwhile,
a young man swiping the bag with money in it from a cart behind the table where the Girl Scout was selling her cookies. This is right outside the exit. Multiple other shoppers seen walking out and standing around. Fort Worth police released a close-up picture of his face.
Well. Look what we have here. A young, hungry scholar, a starving astronaut, okay? Because AOC, the progressive left, tells us that these people commit these types of crimes that we're going to talk about here today because they are hungry, because they're in need, they're desperate. Okay, they also blame Joe Biden's economy, but they never actually point the finger at Joe Biden and say, hey, you know, if Joe Biden's economy is causing all this crime, then I don't know, maybe we should point the finger at Joe Biden, but they never do that, right? Otherwise, they say things like, hey, they're committing these crimes out of need because, again, they're hungry. They want some bread. They need something to eat, right? We all know what they say, okay? We know the excuses that these people make for criminals because they care about criminals more than law-abiding citizens. But I am curious to know what would AOC say about this young engineer right here who got caught on video stealing $450 from Girl Scouts selling cookies outside a store, okay? And it seems as if this young scholar, according to AOC, was hungry, but he decided to steal money instead of the cookies, okay? So it seems as if hunger is not really the cause of the stealing here in the thievery. But, you know, hey, let's listen to this story to learn more about this incident and why this may have happened. But before we get into it, we have to have a word from the sponsor of this video, Noble Gold. Have you guys taken a good look at the banks lately? Now, on the surface, everything may seem fine, but there's a whole lot more going on underneath. It's like looking under the hood of a car and finding a mess of broken wires and parts. The parts are loans for homes, cars, and the credit cards that we use. They're all hitting record highs. It's really scary when you think about it. Why risk your money for a tiny 5% when things are so shaky? This is where Noble Gold can help. They're like that friend that knows all about how to keep money safe. They suggest gold and silver, oldies but goodies in the finance world. Plus, they've got a sweet deal, a 1/4 ounce gold standard coin this month if you qualify. That sounds pretty cool, right? If you're curious, just give them a call at 877-646-5347. That is 877-646-5347. And don't worry, it's just a chat, no pressure. They will help you figure out if gold and silver are right for you. Or you can visit noblegoldinvestments.com and take the first step towards a safer, more secure financial future. And just remember, there's a risk with every investment and there's no guarantee of any kind.
Fort Worth police need your help finding a young man who stole from a Girl Scout.
Yeah, video from the Walmart Supercenter near White Settlement Road and Loop 820 shows the crime happening. A young man in a hoodie swiping a bag carrying money earned by selling cookies. Police hope somebody out there will recognize him. Let's go to Fox 4's Stephen Dial, who is at the Fort Worth Police Department with more. Stephen.
Heather, we may disagree on what our favorite Girl Scout cookies are, but chances are you've seen them outside of grocery stores and businesses where a lot of people come and go. Fort Worth police say a man took an opportunity and got away with nearly $500 in cash.
But we're talking about a little girl here. A little girl that was trying to sell Girl Scout cookies.
This video captured by a Fort Worth Walmart surveillance camera shows a man take off with money from a Girl Scout cookie sale. The Girl Scout and her mother visibly in shock when it happened.
Around $450 in cash is what was stolen. There's obviously some people that have been trying to reach out directly to the detective just to see how they could help.
The incident happened last Sunday, February 11th, in the middle of the afternoon at the Walmart Supercenter near 820 and White Settlement Road. A young man swiping the bag with money in it from a cart behind the table where the Girl Scout was selling her cookies. This is right outside the exit. Multiple other shoppers seen walking out and standing around. Fort Worth police released a close-up picture of his face.
Yeah, so I'm actually surprised that they're showing a close-up of his face, right? I'm surprised that they're actually really, trying to identify who it is or really even putting in effort to find him, because normally in a situation like that, they let it slide, okay? Because, again, it doesn't fit the narrative. So they're like, you know what? We don't really want to deal with this. We're just going to pretend like it didn't happen, right? Too bad, so sad. These little girls are out of money, okay? But hopefully, again, that's not the case. They're actually really trying to put effort into finding this criminal, this thug, because that is the proper description for somebody that would steal money from the Girl Scouts, right? Like, imagine being so screwed up, right? Imagine being so evil that you would steal from Girl Scouts. You would steal from little girls that are simply trying to raise money for their club. Again, this is the type of behavior that we're seeing from the young scholars of America, but yet you have people that don't want to talk about it, right? You have people that are basically saying that, hey, if you call out this problem of young scholars in America committing these types of heinous crimes, thieving, robbing businesses out of communities, hurting a lot of these communities that happen to be black, oh, you're a sellout. You are some type of racial slur. You're this, you're that. You don't care about black people. You hate black folks. When these type of people, these are your sellouts, right? These are your racial slurs. These are the people that are selling out black folks every single day, because this guy will rob a black person and not think twice about it, right? And if something happens to happen to this person, okay, because they lived a life of crime, and then, a black comedian makes a joke about it, right? These people will be boohoo whining and crying. When this same individual has shown that they are so evil that they would rob a Girl Scout, right? They would rob a Girl Scout. You rob a little girl selling cookies. Didn't take the cookies, took the money, right? Which suggests that, again, this young scholar probably wasn't all that hungry, okay? Probably didn't do it because, oh, well, I need some food. I need some bread, right? As AOC says. Now, of course, you can buy food with the money, but you would think that, hey, if he gonna swipe the money, he would at least swipe some Girl Scout cookies too if he's so hungry, right? If hunger is making these types of people commit these crimes, but we all know that's bullshit. That's not the reason why they're committing these crimes. They're committing these crimes mainly because a lot of them, again, probably don't have fathers in the house, okay? They don't have actual discipline in the household. They're probably raised by single mothers. They're living in a bad environment. They're living in a bad neighborhood, and this is the life that they live. This is what they do. And some of them are just bad people, right? They're just bad people, okay? Let's just call it what it is. So, when you have this type of behavior, and then you have black folks saying that, oh, you can't call this out if you're black unless you're selling out. Again, this is why this continues to happen, because it's these types of people that actually really are hurting black folks, right? Not only are they hurting black folks, they're hurting the rest of society as well, too. But I got to make this point, because when you talk about the problem, the issue in the black community, people always want to point at the white man and say, oh, it's the white man holding us down. No. It's these individuals, okay? I guarantee you this individual has stole from a black person, multiple black people, okay? But yet we don't have that much smoke for these types of guys, right? We don't have that much smoke. We got smoke for black comedians, though, right? Black comedians, you make a joke about a criminal, oh, you out of bounds, right? Calling the guy's mother, trying to go after his family. But again, where are these same people when it comes to these people right here? Do you think that these people are going to try to get in contact with his family, his mother, his father, and say, what are you doing? Why are you raising your son like this? Why are you allowing your son to go out here and to rob from Girl Scouts, take money from little girls, and then run like a coward? Why are you allowing that? See, again, this is an example of how the priorities in the black community are in the wrong place. If these activists put as much energy behind holding these people accountable, the young scholars, the young engineers accountable, as much as they try to put behind holding black conservatives and black comedians accountable for jokes, right, and for calling out these types of issues, then we'd be getting somewhere, right? We'd actually get ahead, okay? We'd be able to make some progress. But we can't make any progress because these types of stories often get ignored. We don't put the same energy behind holding these people accountable as we put behind holding the sellouts accountable, right? The people who aren't on code accountable, right? Again, it's amazing how that works. White man police officer shoots and kills an unarmed black person, which is extremely rare, right? Extremely rare thing. These people are outraged. We're outraged by this, right? We're going to protest in the street, commit acts of violence. But this right here happens every single day. This is very prevalent and much more damaging to black people. But yet there's silence, crickets. Ain't really got nothing to say about it. It is what it is. We don't really care. And then you wonder why it keeps happening, why you keep seeing this type of stuff. Again, this is perpetuating the stereotype. These same people that are mad about black folks being stereotyped, you need to be pointing the finger at this individual. Not the people that are using their brains and their survival instincts to say, hey, this person, again, they look like they might be suspicious, right? They look like they might be up to something, right? And I'm telling you, this guy right here, if I saw him out in public, yeah, he looked like he up to something. He looked like he up to no good, okay? And lo and behold, he is stealing from little girls. So again, when you want to place the blame in regards to who's holding down black folks the most, you need to point the blame at these individuals and their parents, most importantly, right? Until then, we're not going to see any progress.
It is clear, easy for people who know him to recognize him. Police need someone to come forward.
How many bucks have you sold so far?
About 1,600.
Third grader Brooke Martinez is in a different Girl Scout troop. We caught up with her and her family selling cookies at a bowling alley in Fort Worth Monday. Her grandmother, Kathy Taylor, was emotional after she saw the video.
And almost made me cry. Because it's hard work. They work long for this.
This is her granddaughter.
It's frustrating. It's infuriating. It's infuriating because, again, these are good people. You're doing a good deed. You're helping out little girls. You're giving them something to do, teaching them good life skills, being positive impacts in the community. Just to have their hard work taken away by thugs, criminals, negative impacts on the community, people who live their whole lives taken away from others and contributing absolutely nothing positive to society. But again, where are all the woke revolutionaries at, right? Where are they at? Why are they silent on these types of stories, these types of issues that are very prevalent in the black community? And again, it's just not a black thing. I'm just saying the hypocrisy is stunning. What these people choose to put their energy behind and what they choose not to put their energy behind. This is insane.
Daughter's third year selling cookies. She keeps the money they make hidden. And she says it's easy for people to let their guard down.
It's just that you trust everyone. Girl Scouts trust everyone, and Girl Scouts are honest, and they think everybody is. But it's a hard lesson learned.
Now, again, Fort Worth police told us that multiple people have been reaching out to the detective to see how they can help to basically help that Girl Scout and that troop get their money back. Now, Girl Scouts can also receive donations in lieu of cookies, and so it's expected that people in the community are going to find them and help them out.
Yeah, I mean, well, the criminal, the thug, needs to be found and needs to be locked up, and they should consider throwing away the key, right? It needs to be locked up for a long, long, long time, okay? Because if you're willing to steal from Girl Scouts, you're willing to commit all types of heinous acts of violence and crime that we should prevent before it happens, right? You've already shown that you're willing to steal from little girls. That's how low of an individual you are. Yeah, you need to put this person in a cage and lock them up, right? Make sure they don't progress in their life of criminality, okay? That's what needs to happen. So, you know, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.